Hello student, myself Digan Sakhiwala, I am your science sir. Today we will continue chapter number 6, life processes. Dear student, we learn about aerobic respiration and anaerobic respiration in detail. Okay. Today we will learn something about the respiration process in the plant. Okay. We already discussed this thing in the aerobic respiration and anaerobic respiration, but here we will compare the difference between the respiration in animal and the respiration in the plant. Okay. Respiration in the plant also need energy like animal. The plant get this energy from the process of respiration. As animal need the energy, same way the plant also need the energy, and they get the energy by the process called respiration. Plant also use oxygen of air for respiration and release carbon dioxide. Okay, so here plant also use oxygen as well as it release the carbon dioxide. Okay. The respiration in the plant differ from animals by following way. So there are some different are there in the plant and animal. Plant in that condition is different in daytime and night time. Okay. Animal in that the organs are different. Okay. All parts of a plant, root, stem, leaf, perform the respiration independently. Okay. So animals are there in that particular organs are responsible for the respiration, whereas in the plant all the different parts are there like leaf, stem, okay, root, they do the respiration process independently. There is a little transport of gases from one part to another in the plant. So diffusion of oxygen, carbon dioxide gases take place in the plant from one part to another part. Respiration in the plants occur at much slower rate than in animal. So respiration process is slow compared to the animal. Exchange of gases in the root and the stem. Okay, so how the oxygen, carbon dioxide or water molecules, okay, are enter in the plant or they are coming outside of the plant. The root of a plant take oxygen for the respiration from the air present in the between the soil particles by the process of diffusion. So root is inside, so it cannot take the oxygen from outside. Oxygen is present in the atmosphere, so root cannot take that oxygen. So whatever oxygen present in the soil, root use that oxygen by the diffusion process. So we know that in diffusion what happen, oxygen where the oxygen concentration is more, it is going from higher concentration to the lower concentration. The extension of this epidermal cell of root are known as the root hair. So through the root hair, on the root, main root, so many root hair are there, and from this root hair the oxygen is entered into the higher concentration to the lower concentration. These root hair are in the contact with the air in soil, hence oxygen diffuse into root hairs and reaches all the cell of the root for the respiration. So by this way what happen, oxygen enter into the different part of the plant. The carbon dioxide produced in the cell of the root during the respiration moves out through the root hair by the process of diffusion. Same way oxygen enter into the root, and by respiration process whatever carbon dioxide is produced, that is going outside of the root, okay, by the diffusion process. Here the concentration of carbon dioxide inside of the plant is more, plant cell is more, and outside is less, so it is going outside from the higher concentration to the lower concentration or higher pressure to the lower pressure. The stem of the herb have stomata, so the exchange of gases take place through the stomata. Herbs are there, they have stomata is present, and because of this stomata exchange of oxygen or carbon dioxide take place very easily. Oxygen and carbon dioxide diffuse in and out by the stomata. Okay, so when there is a need of entry of oxygen and when there is a need of carbon dioxide to go outside, stomata play the major role. In woody stem the stomata is absent, they have the lenticel for the respiratory gaseous exchange. So woody stems are there, in that stomata is absent. Okay, so what is present here, lenticels are present. During daytime when photosynthesis occur, oxygen diffuse out, carbon dioxide diffuse in, and night time the photosynthesis is not occur, so oxygen diffuse in and carbon dioxide diffuse out. Okay, So daytime condition is different and the nighttime condition is different. When photosynthesis occur, at that time oxygen gas is produced, okay, and carbon dioxide are important, so it enter into the plant. But at night time sunlight is not present, and because of that reason what happened, because of the respiration process, oxygen is going inside and carbon dioxide is produced, it is going outside. So it is advisable that at night we should not sleep under the tree. Okay. Hello student, we are going to learn about the respiratory system. Okay, so it is started from nasal cavity, pharynx, then after trachea in that glottis, epiglottis, lungs and alveoli. Okay, so we will learn one by one. The respiratory system, nasal cavity. Air comes to the nasal cavity through a pair of external nostril. It is lined by a special epithelium by which air is filtered by hair. So in our nose, okay, air enter, nostril, in that air enter, then it has hair are present, okay, and mucus is also present, and because of that reason dust particle are trapped and we can filter the air. Air moistened by mucus and warmed by capillary network before it enters in the trachea. So whatever air is there, that is moistened by the mucus as well as warmed by the capillary network before it enters into the trachea. Okay. The dust particles are trapped by the mucus, it leads to the pharynx. Okay, so dust particles are trapped by the mucus, and then after the air is filtered, air is going inside of pharynx. Okay. Glottis, a narrow slit-like opening through which air enters into the trachea. Okay, it is a very narrow slit-like opening. By that way, the air enter into the trachea. Epiglottis, the epiglottis guard the glottis during the swallowing of food and does not allow any food particles to get into the trachea. So what is the function of epiglottis? It guard the glottis during what? Swallowing of food and does not allow the food particles to go inside of the trachea. It connects the pharynx to the lungs. It has C-shaped rings of cartilage that prevent the collapse of trachea when there is not much air in it. So trachea, in that when the air is not there, so it will not collapse. For that, to guard them, cartilage rings are present. Okay. Trachea divide number of times to form the network of bronchioles. Okay. After that, trachea divided into number of time to form the network of bronchioles. Bronchi, the windpipe extended further and divides into primary bronchi. They keep on dividing into smaller bronchioles. After that, bronchi is divided into the bronchioles. Alveolar sac, each bronchiole terminate into the sac called the alveolar sac. After that, what happen? All bronchioles are divided and they terminate, or they are divided into the alveolar sac. Each alveolar sac is extremely thin walled and look like a bunch of grapes. Okay. They are very thin and they are look like what? A bunch of the grapes. It is surrounded by a network of blood capillaries. Exchange of gases take place in the alveoli. So whatever exchange of gases are there, that take place in the alveoli. Okay, like all the organ need oxygen. So oxygen enter, and from the other organ carbon dioxide are come. So that will go outside of the body. So that exchange of gases will take place by what? Alveoli. Dear student, we are going to learn about the lungs. Lung is present in the thoracic cavity. It contains bronchi, bronchioles and alveoli. Lungs, a pair of lungs is present in the thoracic cavity. Lungs are spongy, elastic bag consisting of bronchi, bronchioles and alveoli. Okay, so gaseous exchange take place in the lungs through what? Alveoli. Important feature of respiratory system. In that, large surface area is important, and because of the large surface area, the gaseous exchange take place easily because diffusion is fast. Large surface area, the greater the area tissue in the contact with the environment, the greater is the rate of diffusion. Thin permeable membrane, they ensure easy diffusion and exchange of gases. So because of the thin permeable membrane, because of that reason gases exchange take place very easily. Extensive blood supply. Respiratory organs are richly supplied with the blood vessels for the quick transport of gases. Okay. In tracheal system, air reaches the tissue directly without transportation by the blood. So blood carry most of the thing to the different part of the organ, but in the tracheal system air is directly reaches to the different tissue. Okay, dear student, we are going to learn about one activity. In this activity we will take one beaker. In that beaker we will take the solution of lime. Okay, we take calcium oxide, dissolve in the water, so we get the slack lime, COH twice. Okay, in this COH twice, whenever we pass the air, then what happen? After some time, the beaker is become a milky. What is the reason? Because in our air, whatever mouth from that, whenever we pass the air, then by the respiration system the carbon dioxide is produced, and this carbon dioxide is react with the COH twice, and by that way CaCO3 is obtained, and because of the CaCO3 its color is milky. What happen here? We take calcium oxide, quick lime, dissolve in the water, we get slack lime. It has no color, but when we pass the air by our mouth, then what happen? Our that air contain carbon dioxide. By respiration system carbon dioxide is produced, so that will react here and it make the solution milky because of what? Calcium carbonate. So this is all about the respiratory system. Thank you so much.